Ryan Porteous, aka Big Porto, is looking for a big move away from Easter Road, and it looks like that move could be in the form of Italian side Udinese.
Aye, it looks like it's going to be a great wee move for him. He's left out of the squad today.
He didn't take part in the Edinburgh Derby.
That's it. That's
and
what
I
we're looking
wonder
for.
if this could be the reason why this move to Udinese. Are they trying to keep him fit? Could you imagine Udinese are willing to come in with like a £50 million bid and they play Porteous in the Edinburgh Derby and he snaps both kneecaps? It would be a disaster for Hibs.
It would be a disaster, but of course, we've got to bear in mind he rejected a new deal in November, which Hibs posted very publicly on their Twitter. So therefore, he's 6 months remaining.
I did think that was weird. Like, clubs don't normally come out and just admit that to make it public knowledge. Well, by the way, Porteous will not be re-signing.
They definitely don't. But do we think he's going to leave on a free, or do we think that he's going to be signed permanently in January?
I think he'll be signed permanently in January.
And what sort of fee do you think Porteous is going to go for with 6 months left in his deal?
Well, John Suter went to Rangers for 500k. Well, that's what they wanted and they never paid it. But Hearts wanted 500k, Rangers were only prepared to pay 400. I don't think Porteous is better than Suter. I don't think... I wouldn't say he's much worse, but I definitely think Suter was better. But then again, that was Rangers being interested in Suter. I mean, if Udinese are interested in Porteous, I'm sure they'd be willing to pay more than Rangers would.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, Rangers a bit. Plus, when the old firm are buying players off other Scottish clubs, they just do not pay the amount that the teams deserve for some reason. So, what I think Porteous is worth, I don't think is really relevant here. I think what's relevant is the fact that it's an Italian side, it's a foreign team that are coming in and they're willing to sign Porteous. So, I think if Porteous was moving, if Celtic were interested in Ryan Porteous, I think they'd be paying less than Udinese would. Let's put it that way.
I think Udinese, though, would be a fantastic place for Porteous to go. He said he doesn't want to play the standard of Scottish football. He literally came out and said that. He said when he goes to train with Scotland...
Well, hold on a minute here, right? I could almost accept that if this guy was faultless and was having 10 out of 10 games every single time. But let's be real, he'll have a good game and then he'll have a bad game. I don't think it's right for him to almost suggest that he's better than the Scottish football level.
The funny thing he said about it was, he said, because when he gets called up to Scotland and he's training with all these players, mate, you've been called up to Scotland how many times? It's not over 5 times.
He's only played twice, I think.
I mean, yeah, you were good against Ukraine, but I'm not buying this. Oh, I'm the man. I mean, is he Hibs' best player?
Probably Hibs' best defender,
Yeah, but it's not like he's Cameron Carter Vickers, right? He's playing for the best team in the country, who's going to win the league again. You know, he's dipped his toes in the Champions League and he's went, I want to try a level that's a bit better. You know, the Premier League or Serie A. Then you could be like, well, you know what, Cameron, you're burying the league, but you've got half a point. Porteous, on the other hand, you're shite.
When he gets called up to Scotland, half the players he's playing with also play in the Scottish Premiership, so...
I know.
I mean, what's he? I don't know.
You're playing in a European group with probably has San Marino or Gibraltar in it. I mean, he makes it like every time Scotland play, we're taking on the best. What, a group with... Who was it? Ireland? Who was the other team? Ukraine, and what was the other pish team?
Albania?
Oh, no, it wasn't Albania. It was someone pish. Kakistan, was it?
No, it was...
Macedonia? No.
Andorra? Moldova?
No, it was somebody pish.
Moldova?
Was it Moldova?
I think it was.
It was Moldova. So, I mean...
Anyway, point being, right, I do think it would be a good move for Porteous because several players have left Scottish teams and went to Serie A and have flourished over the past couple of years. I feel like
he could have made his point, though, without burying Scottish football.
Yeah, I don't think he had to bury Scottish football. I don't recall any other player leaving and burying Scottish football. So is this guy telling me that he would rule out a move to Celtic or Rangers for the pure fact that they play in Scotland?
Exactly. I mean, unless we took it out of context and he literally just meant Hibs.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe he meant Hibs or shite, and if that's the case, then fair enough, he's right. But, I mean, to downplay the whole league, to think that he is superior to the league, or he's too good for the league, I don't see that at all. I think he's a good player who's capable of getting a move to, an old firm side.
I'd say he's too good for Hibs, but he's not consistently too good for Hibs. On his day, yes. But I think a sort of car crash player suits Hibs down to the ground.
Maybe too good for Hibs that are currently doing shite in 8th place, but if Hibs were...
Hibs a couple of years ago under Neil Lennon finishing 4th and all that good stuff.
I think that's a bit poor to his level.
Exactly. But anyway, guys, that's it for Folk Football. Finally, some of our teams are signing people. Well, I've been selling people, but it used to be Celtic, maybe your unofficial goal, but I think a few million's been knocked off him after today's Old Firm. But is this going to happen? If I'm going to rate it out of 10, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 possibility of happening in this window. What are you giving it?
I'll give it a 6, and I'll say 800k. I just think for the fact that it's an Italian side that are wanting to buy him, they'd end up paying more.
Yeah, you know what? Italian sides have dipped their money into it because they've got Hickey, they've got Josh Lloyd as well for Hibs. They've paid a decent amount of money, and I think
Ferguson, who's actually
so,
doing really well.
I think they're beginning to
a player that wasn't deemed good enough for Rangers when Scott Wright's at the club.
Fucking spastics. And on that note, guys, peace. Oh, Scott. I mean, they both came from Aberdeen, but Scott Wright's good enough.
But the thing is, Lewis Ferguson was always the guy that I remember being tipped for big things. I never remember, when Scott Wright was up, he's a superstar. He was never talked about in the same categories of like Ferguson or Ramsey's or McKenna's.
Nope. Absolutely
so
not.
I just don't really
We don't get it, guys, but that is it for your transfer news.
He probably wasn't even as highly thought of as Ryan Jack.
Nowhere fucking near. I remember him coming out. I was like, who the hell's this bum? Anyway, guys, Scott Wright, shite, needs out of the club. Rangers need to get rid of a lot of dead weight, and to be honest, I don't see it happening. But until next time.
Porteous in.
Oh, aye. Woo!